Hey y'all. Okay, a lot of y'all already know Wanda Barzee has been released from prison. And Wanda Barzee is one of the kidnappers who kidnapped Elizabeth Smart. Okay, and for those of you that are not familiar with it, familiar with who Elizabeth Smart is, okay, she's a woman now, but she was a young girl. She was 14 years old, and she was kidnapped by this lady that I'm about to show you, by Wanda Barzee and her husband. And they literally tortured this girl for 9 months, okay? I mean, they made her live in the woods. She was forced to have sex with the husband. I mean, I can't even imagine what this young woman went through. Okay. So this article says Elizabeth Smart kidnapper Wanda Barzee released from prison. Smart, who was held captive for 9 months when she was 14 by Barzee and her husband, has said she believes Barzee is a threat who shouldn't be freed. And this article was published today, and this lady was released from prison today. And I'm so sorry, once again, my voice is scratchy right now. I have been sick, and I have been without a voice for a while. Okay, so it is just now starting to come back a little bit. A woman convicted for her role in the abduction of Elizabeth Smart, who was held captive for 9 months when she was 14 years old, was released from prison on Wednesday. The Utah Department of Corrections said just after 8 a.m. local time that Wanda Barzee, 72, had been freed from Utah State Prison. A gaggle of reporters and news cameras arrived early Wednesday to stake out prison exits in anticipation of her leaving, but Barzee was not immediately spotted. Minutes after Barzee's release, Smart thanked supporters in an Instagram post and said she was determined to continue living her life despite her captor being free. May we all remain vigilant in watching over our families, friends, and community from anyone who would seek to hurt or take advantage. I truly believe life is meant to be happy and beautiful, and no matter what happens, that will remain my goal for me and my family, she wrote. In a press conference later Wednesday morning, Barzee's attorney, Scott Williams, said Barzee didn't pose any threat by being out of prison. There is no credible evidence that she is a danger to the community. Williams did not answer questions about where Barzee will live or whether she has a support system. He expressed confidence that she could live in society without any problems, but said her biggest challenge, obviously, is the high-profile nature of the case. Smart was abducted at knife point in 2002 from the Salt Lake City bedroom she shared with her younger sister in a case that drew international headlines. After intense media attention surrounding Smart's disappearance, Smart was seen walking the streets of a Salt Lake City suburb with Brian David Mitchell, a street pastor, and Barzee, his wife. The couple was arrested and charged in her kidnapping, which Smart has said included repeated sexual assaults by Mitchell. During the attacks, Barzee would sit next to Smart and encourage her husband to continue to rape me, Smart recalled during a press conference last week. Mitchell, who prior to the abduction had done odd jobs around the Smart family household, is serving a life sentence after being convicted of kidnapping and raping Smart. Barzee was convicted of state and federal crimes, and in 2010 was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison for her role of the abduction. She received credit for time already served, and in 2016, Barzee was released from federal prison, but still faced 1 to 15 years in state prison for a separate attempted abduction of Smart's cousin. Oh, wow. In June, her attorney asked that Barzee get credit toward her state sentence for the time she spent in federal credit. But the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole denied that request and set Barzee's sentence to go until 2024. That changed last Tuesday when the parole board announced that Barzee would be released on September 19th, an unexpected move that even caught Smart, who described it as a big shock by surprise. I do believe she's a threat, Smart said of Barzee during last week's press conference. For me, I know the depth of her depravity. The parole board said that after a legal review of Barzee's time served, it discovered that part of the time she spent in federal prison should in fact count towards her state sentence, making her eligible for release. Barzee will be under federal supervision for 5 years. Smart's attorney, Brett Tolman, told the Associated Press that conditions of Barzee's release include mental health treatment and an order not to contact Smart's family. Upon her release, Barzee also voluntarily agreed to not go to any geographic locations that the Smart family might frequent. Williams, her attorney, said violating any of those conditions could result in her return to prison, although Williams was not able to say for how long, adding that it would depend on which condition had been violated. Smart, now 30, has said the couple kept her chained down in a makeshift campsite during her abduction, including, at first, one in the foothills just miles from her house. She told reporters that last week that she believes in forgiveness as a Christian, but does not believe Barzee has been rehabilitated to the point where she should be free. Smart has since become an outspoken advocate against child abduction and sexual violence. Now married and pregnant with her third child, Smart said in an Instagram post last week that she is taking precautions to protect her family but refuses to live in fear. I lived in absolute fear and terror for 9 months. No matter the outcome, I will not do so again. Okay, so let's go read her Elizabeth Smart's post right here. Her Instagram post. Okay. The past few days could certainly be described as shocking. Only a couple months ago, I was informed one of my captors, Wanda Barzee, would not be released until 2024. Now she will be released in less than a week. I find this news greatly disturbing and incomprehensible. In my efforts to learn more, it seems there are no viable legal options open to me at this time. So it is now that I ask those that have the power and her family to start proceedings to have her civilly committed. To my knowledge, she has neither complied with medication or treatment, and as someone who has experienced firsthand just how depraved she truly is, I believe her to be a threat and a danger not just to myself, but to the community, any vulnerable person. I am very concerned and precautions have been taken. However, I refuse to live in fear. I have spent the last 15 years rebuilding and moving forward with my life, having a family and pursuing my goals. I lived in absolute fear and terror for 9 months. No matter the outcome, I will not do so again. Yeah, it's crazy. I personally, I don't believe that she should have been released. They did say that, she is ordered to seek medical treatment. And I feel like this, everybody is aware of the things that she did, and encouraged to be done to Elizabeth Smart. Okay? But only Elizabeth knows how she felt and what she truly, went through for all that time. We don't know that pain. 9 months of living in hell, just being tortured by these two people who are obviously not stable at all. it is very concerning, you know, that she's getting out. And I just can't even believe that they're letting her out. But by her having mental illness, you know, and doing the things that she did years ago to this young girl, you know, it's like, why wouldn't she be considered a threat to society? That's what I don't understand. She should be, because if she has a mental, you know, obviously she's got some mental issues, okay? And if she has that, there are certain things that they're going to feel like, you know, if it happens, if she does it, she could get away with, you know, the whole insanity plea, okay? And basically what I'm saying is, by her having a mental illness and being, you know, being dangerous like she was years ago to this young girl, you know, it's like, you know, the two of those colliding. I mean, that's like a huge red flag. This woman is not, I don't think she's stable enough, you know, or I don't think it's safe for her to be out in society around the public people and children, or anyone for that matter, really. So here, I'm going to play this video for y'all real quick. Well, I don't know. Is it going to play? Just going to refresh it. See if we can get a video.
When Wanda Barzee was released from this Utah prison today, she managed to leave without being seen. No photos, no video. Now free after spending 15 years in custody for her role in the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart.
There's no sign that she has had any rehabilitation.
Moments after the release, Smart took to Instagram. May we all remain vigilant in watching over our families, friends, and community from anyone who would seek to hurt or take advantage.
Do I believe that she is dangerous? Yes, but not just to me.
In 2002, Smart was kidnapped and held captive by Barzee and her husband, Brian David Mitchell. 9 months passed before Smart was rescued.
It's real! It's real!
Mitchell is serving a life sentence while Barzee was initially supposed to be released in 2024.
But last week, Utah officials revealed a miscalculation that her 15-year state sentence should include the time she spent in federal prison, which means her sentence has now been served.
To my knowledge, in my position, that there is no credible evidence that she's a danger to the community or other.
At age 72, Barzee is now listed on Utah's Sex Offender Registry and will be on federal probation for 5 years. As for Smart, she's choosing to focus on the future, not her painful past. Joe Fryer, NBC News.
That's crazy. Probation. You know, I wonder if they have her, you know, they probably don't even have her on a GPS or anything. I'm sure they don't have her being tracked. If they feel like she's not a threat. So if they feel like she's not a threat, 9 times out of 10 they probably don't even have a bracelet on her ankle. So I don't know. I just don't agree with it. I do not think that she should have been released from anywhere. In my opinion, she should have never seen the light of day again for the stuff that they did to that girl. And if I was the judge, I mean, she would have been held. She's just as guilty as the guy. How are you a woman and you're encouraging a man, your husband, who's supposed to be a pastor, to rape and kidnap this young girl, and then tried to kidnap another one, her cousin. It's absolutely terrible. It really is. So I just wanted to show this to y'all, and talk to y'all a little bit about it. So I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful night. If y'all need to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through there. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please do so now. Click on the link below, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time, I love y'all. Good night.